Investigators say the early morning terror went on for nearly 2 hours Thursday over the skies of Belize. This video shows terrified passengers on the small plane. Police say around 8:30 St. Louis time, military veteran Akinyola Taylor hijacked the plane and went on a knife-wielding attack.
Wait a minute. So a guy hijacked a plane with a knife and then got shot in the back by a random passenger who just happened to be strapped on a plane in Belize. What in the straight-to-Tubi action movie hell is going on?
Armed with a knife, Taylor demanded that Howell Grange, a pilot for Tropic Air, fly him out of the country. The flight had 14 passengers, including an infant. Flight tracking shows the pilot made a sharp turn after takeoff, circled around and then headed south. South of Belize City, the plane turned east over the Caribbean Sea, circled Key Calker and San Pedro Town, then turned over land near the Philip Golson International Airport. It went back out to sea before landing at the airport an hour and a half after leaving Corozal. A licensed firearm holder on board shot and killed Taylor moments after landing.
First of all, what airline lets you bring both a knife and a gun on the same flight? Who was doing the security screening? Wish.com? You know what that sounds like to me? That sounds like one of those mythical good guys with a gun that the anti-gun crowd swears doesn't exist. Except this time he was flying coach.
Investigators say the airplane was carrying 14 passengers and 2 crew members at the time. Investigators say one of the wounded passengers then shot and killed Taylor.
So let me get this straight. This dude gets stabbed in the back, then still manages to pull his gun and drop the hijacker. That's either some military grade training or pure I ain't dying today energy. You know why it didn't? Because someone had a damn gun. Plain and simple. And we're just getting started.
These Cessna Caravan planes can travel over 1,000 miles in ideal conditions, but the pilot told Taylor they were low on fuel, according to Commissioner of Police Chester Williams.
And at one point in time, he demanded that they land at an area where they can receive additional fuel. Our greatest concern was the fuel consumption of the plane. Information that we were getting that the fuel was depleting and the plane was still at a very high altitude.
What in the unregulated airport security hell is going on with this story? You've got a plane running low on fuel, a guy with a knife hijacking it midair, and then another guy just casually whipping out a gun and saying everybody on board. This is either a deleted scene from Snakes on the Plane or a real-life Second Amendment mic drop. Oh yeah, just a standardized morning flight to Belize, except one passenger thinks he's Jason Bourne with a steak knife and a hostage plan.
Can you tell us about what you found out about the hijacker and what could have been his motivation for all of this?
Yeah, we don't have any information on it at all. I think the name has been released, of course, but we don't know the situation. We don't know why he wanted to go back to the United States or what was the reason of it. And I mean, for right now, we don't have any more information on that itself.
Working to find a motive. How about he was losing his damn mind? This man was denied entry into Mexico, snuck into Belize through an unauthorized checkpoint, and decided, yeah, hijacking a plane with a knife feels right today.
Local authorities have uncovered more details about Akinyola Sawa Taylor. Over the weekend, Mexican authorities denied him entry at the northern border, but he managed to sneak into Belize through an unauthorized entry point.
There was an issue, from what I'm told, at the free zone last night involving the same hijacker, so he seems to be a problematic person.
So this guy was already flagged for being a problem, and the first solution that came to mind was stab the pilot, threaten everybody on board, and demand a cross-border flight. Real stable genius behavior there, I tell you. This isn't some gun lobby fantasy. This is a good guy with a gun stopping a bad guy with a knife on a plane. You cannot get any clearer of an example. And here's the thing a lot of people are missing. Belize actually allows concealed carry, but it's not like Texas. You have to apply through the Belize Police Department's firearm licensing office, pass background checks, and prove you have a legitimate reason to carry. It's strict, and yet someone on the plane followed the rules and saved lives because of it. Granted, I think those rules are bullshit, but whatever. This is the nightmare scenario that you train for and hope never happens. And the only thing that stood between that flight becoming a flying graveyard was a man with a damn gun.
The suspect's nephew tells me Taylor was married and a father of 4. His nephew lived with the family in North St. Louis County. We're also told Taylor served 20 years in the military and held an office job.
I get it. 20-year Army vet, former teacher, but it just proves It only takes one moment of madness to destroy lives. And when that moment happens, you better be ready, or someone nearby better be ready. Dude gets stabbed in the back and still manages to return fire and save the entire plane. That is some John Wick level commitment right there. I don't want to hear another joke about good guys with guns not being real. That guy was as real as it gets. Now, let's be honest. We may never know why he did it. But what we do know is that this could have been a mass casualty event. Instead, it was a lesson, a brutal, bloody, clear as day reminder that being armed can save lives, even 30,000 feet in the air. Before I close this out, I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, USCCA. You see, carrying a gun isn't just about pulling a trigger. It's about preparation, training, and knowing what to do after the smoke clears. That's why I go with USCCA. They've got your back with legal protection, educational resources, and real-world self-defense training that turns gun owners into defenders. They're not the only option in town, but when something like this goes down, it's better to have something than to be Googling your rights mid-crisis. If you want to learn more, I'm dropping a link in the description section of this video for you to check out. One thing's for certain and two things are for sure. Politicians and tech giants don't want gun content to be recommended to you. And we're all fighting this culture war together. Now, you can help do your part by liking, commenting, subscribing to the channel, but most importantly, sharing this video with at least one person. Together, we can stop the suppression of our 2A rights. And don't forget to click the link in the description section of this video for the products that I mentioned in this video.